What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live with the Straightjacket podcast 305. Big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you lot are subscribed to the channel. And yeah, we are here after a draw, not a loss, which is, I mean, I don't want to sound like it's better than anything, but it is. And yeah, we with Minot, Sky Sports royalty. You know, she gone clear now. She left us now. You know what I mean?
Yo, big up our queen, man. Big up. She represents proper, man.
Representing.
Hey, do me a favor, though. Can you switch us Dean around, please? This feels weird.
Okay.
Thank you. There you go. That's better.
There we go.
Yeah, she represented, and if there's any justice in this world, then she would have her own show, man.
Yeah.
Trust me. She schooled them, even though there was a couple of little things I disagree.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. If everyone had the same opinion, man, the world would be boring.
Exactly, and that's it. But majority of players need to get rid of. I actually thought it was a good segment to do that, to see the type of players. But
yeah, absolutely. Nuruddin, how are you doing, man? You didn't go to the Old Trafford, and probably thankful. You know, who would have thought, in your lifetime, you'd be saying, "Thank God I didn't go to Old Trafford." Like, it sounds crazy, isn't it? Because it's the club you love, but it's
bro. But that's what it's been. It's been. I mean, you know, the amount of times I've said that in the last 12 years. It's unreal. It's really unreal, isn't it? Like at times, it's becoming supposed to be something joyous, something that you enjoy, but it's becoming like a
escape,
mental, you know what I mean? It used to be escape, but now sometimes I escape from it. What can I do to escape from that type of punishment? But yeah, I thought, you know what, on the whole, I thought we competed well in the game. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I did see slight little changes that Frood made. I thought that, especially Diogo Dalot's positioning, I thought we played a lot deeper. I thought we played a lot more long balls than I've seen in terms of like deeper. The defenders playing the long balls, but yeah, it was a very strange game because we also like quieted in them. We want, you know, a lot of times we
of course,
you know what I mean. Cole Palmer, he didn't have as much space as he usually gets.
He did have guys. Cole Palmer had a lot of space, especially in the first half.
The first half, but second,
he wasn't effective. He wasn't effective though.
It wasn't effective, but he was like playing between, you know, the spaces between the winger and the and playing that like past kind of centrally or you know out to Pedro Neto. For me, if Chelsea had Pedro Neto
on the right,
that would have scared me.
Yeah, on the right. Did you see how he changed the game when he went on when he was on the right? Massive difference in the way he was. Massive difference in the way, and actually their goal corner comes from because he's attracting 3 players. He skips past, I think, Ugarte, and then Casemiro, and then Martinez, and the ball deflects of Martinez. Yeah. But again, Paul Markin on the corner, and it's the second ball. Look, we don't learn in it. This defender, they don't learn like of the players. You have to react to the part. You have to react to that. No, I'm saying to you, he wasn't as influential. Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But he wasn't as influential. Yeah. And honestly, if you watch the game again, I watched it last night. You see, like Ugarte and Casemiro getting closer every time. They're getting closer in and around him. So all he can do is pop it off. Like there was one moment where he skipped past both. I think he done Casemiro and Rashford. And yeah, Rashford must be carrying.
That's because Rashford left the ball. And then for some reason, they basically didn't know who to take on. And then Cole Palmer just kept running on. You know what I mean?
There's something wrong with Rashford, man. There's something happening because he's getting like 60, 70 minutes every game.
Every game. That's what I'm saying. Something's going on.
He's 27. He's cooked. He's cooked.
Something's going on, Saeed.
You're
not going to tell us. You're not going to tell us, but something's going on because, I mean, if you watch that game, Garnacho was the guy to be brought off yesterday.
I know. But he's got energy, though. He's got energy.
No. Energy it's not about the energy. It's not about
I'm just giving you an example of, for me, what's happening. I'm not going to lie to you. Rashford is doing a lot of tracking back, which should happen every footballer. But he's not been used to that, you know. He's never been used to tracking back. So that's why he's been able to carry on playing games. But now he is 27. Like his body might be 30. You don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? So for me, when I came out the ground, all the Chelsea fans came up to me and said, yo, you know who our best player was today? Was Garnacho. Because, boy, if you had a better player, you would have literally won that game without a shadow of a doubt. Because all it was our decision-making in the final third. Everything else was good. Our build-up play was good. The midfield, I thought, for me, wasn't as bad as what people said it was. You know what I mean? Casemiro was good in that midfield. It was just the fact that when we got the ball forward, it didn't stick and it didn't go anywhere. It did not go anywhere. That's the problem, guys. When we get the ball up to the front 3, it's as if my whole kind of, I've lost faith. I'm not excited. Like, I'm like, oh, he's got the ball, but, like, that's it, bro. And that's where we're at right now. The title of the video is, can Amorim save this struggling attack?
But when you think about this season, I feel like now maybe hindsight is a thing because I'm looking back at this season. I'm thinking that has been the biggest problem this season. It hasn't really been the midfield. It hasn't really been the back line. It's been that front line. And this is why, again, I don't understand. You lot might not agree with me, but playing Marcus Rashford on the right-hand side, when he's your most prolific goal scorer, why are you playing him out of position? It's like me today playing Casemiro as a striker. He's not a striker. Don't play him in that position. But, and yeah, we can have the conversation about Marcus Rashford, but this season, I think for what the situation he finds himself, the last 90 minutes he played was against Liverpool. Bro, that was at the beginning of September. He hasn't played a 90 minutes since. Yeah, he's been playing.
I said something's going on. Something's
going on. Maybe they're planning to sell him in the summer. I don't know, but they're playing him on the right-hand side.
Is that a true stat?
Go on transfer market right now. Why are you questioning my stat? Go on transfer market.
I don't know. I'm just saying you're getting a bit too giddy. Sky Sports, you know what I mean? Like,
no. He's played 2 90s all season, bro. 2 90s in the Premier League. In the Premier League, he's played 2 90s.
Don't ever question Mina's stats, man. Mina's on it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can't question it now.
It should be. You know what? It should be called Mina football. Mina by numbers football.
I might change it to that. Let me copyright that name.
You need to. Mina by numbers. Yeah.
So go on.
No, I agree.
We're struggling with goals, but you're playing your most prolific goal scorer out of position. And I know people won't agree with me because he's been inconsistent over the last 15 or so months. But you put Marcus Rashford as close to goal as possible, he will bag those chances that Garnacho had. He will bag them.
Yeah, easy. But my thing is, though, I'm going to say a very, very unpopular opinion here, but like, I think for me, I think we need two new wingers anyway. I think for me, we can't be starting with Marcus Rashford and Garnacho next season. I'm putting both of them in that category because I don't believe we sit here next season and we're talking about Man United and Rashford being up for it, or Rashford, this is his season, or Rashford, this is his time. We can't afford to have that for me. Like, we need to buy 2 new wingers here next season, freshness, and we say, you know what? This is what we are. And maybe another attacker. I think that whole forward line here, it needs surgery. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the forward line that was the one that we did surgery on. And this is what we came out of surgery. We went into surgery to get a BBL. We came out with our kidney missing.
But it does need surgery though, because for me, what we've bought, is it good enough? Like, I think Zirkzee is a 10. Yeah, you're gonna have to play in that system in one of the 10 positions. And is Højlund good enough? I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. I think there's question marks there. You know,
I fundamentally disagree with you, but go ahead, land your point.
I'm just saying, for me, I think we definitely need 2 wingers then. Just for me, give me 2 new wingers or 2 inside 10s. If you don't fix the striker, alhamdulillah, no problem. But if you give me 2 new inside forwards, I pray that's what we need. You know what I mean? I'm saying like a Elise kind of type player, a Kudus, someone of that ilk here. Go and get me the Florian Wirtz.
I saw apparently United they might go for Kvaratskhelia. That's what I was seeing today. Kvaratskhelia. Then
please.
Obviously, that's just rumors, but
please. Kvaratskhelia, oh my God. Please. That's what we need. Yeah. I need that. I need someone new. We need freshness. Cunha.
I'd even have Mbeumo. I'm not even joking. Well, I'd even have Mbeumo.
And are you mad? Why is that mad?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I would have him.
We need him, bro. We need them kind of players. And I've had enough of this. It's gone stale, guys. This winger area, it's gone stale. But Nuruddin, you're here to contest me. What are you saying? What are you contesting?
So, 100% I agree that Garnacho's not starting play. I think majority of United fans agree in that. He's good at coming on when defenders are tired in the last 25 minutes and the energy that you talked about that we need, right? That is fundamental, right? What you're looking at is that you're seeing these players at their worst moments, Saeed. The worst time, the worst moments, right? That's what you're seeing. You're seeing these players so unconfident, lack direction, lack any ideas of.
Who are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the attack. Even though the road runners, and that's what we call them in it, the road runners. Yeah. So we had the 3 road runners playing yesterday, but you are watching 3 players who there's zero connection between any of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Zero connection. Because at the end of the day, Saeed, as a midfield, you play as a unit. As defense, you're a unit. As an attack, you're supposed to have unit. When I see each one of them controls the ball, right? They control the ball and then they look then to pass. It's nothing instant. Do you know what I mean? Other teams, like, you know, when the ball goes forward, yeah, they connect, bang, bang. It's everything's like effortless first touch, yeah? And you know that's drilling on the training ground, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I 100% feel we've been saying this before. We've always said, oh, we need this guy. We need these guys. We need that guy. Now, for me, the confidence is lacking. It is so lacking. You can see how unconfident they are. There's zero confidence. And they're not getting the direction that they needed, right? So, for me, the way you judge any coach to come in, now, there's going to be a time Amorim will come inside and maybe you and Minam, you might get your wish, yeah? Because he might think, you know what, they can't do both sides. I thought yesterday, I'm not going to lie to you, off the ball, I thought everybody did their job. On the ball, attacking-wise,
yeah, of course,
we were not on business. And the biggest thing about Ruben Amorim coming in is that he has to improve. He has to improve the way we attack. Now, if you've seen what he's done with this kid, Gorkez, what you look at what Gorkez was before he went to Sparta.
Yeah, he was at Coventry. He was struggling.
Yeah. He wasn't struggling. He was a good striker.
He was a decent striker, but he was nowhere the way. Meaning now his numbers are like unbelievable. I know even the Portuguese league, but even in the Champions League, he's bagging goals. But the biggest thing is that the way his movement is, right? You can think if Amorim gets hold of some of these guys, he can coach. If these guys want to improve, he can coach, Saeed. So there's going to be no excuses. But there will be time you might get your wish. But I'm just saying to you, I'm not going along like bin them all, because I genuinely think there are players. No. But listen, I know you're not saying that. But generally, from the last night's game and the generality of this season, it's been all these players are horrendous. And I'm like, well, they're not horrendous. They just play for a very kind of like very unstructured football coach, manager. That's what they play with. And I even saw yesterday, like genuinely, I think if Eric and I coached that game yesterday, Manchester United lose. Chelsea find more.
I agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
At the end of the day, you need a coach to come in. But what needs to happen for me is that he needs to be able to do the work on the training outside to find out if there is some people that can fit into his system, how he wants to play. And for that, we need to get the F out of the Europa League. But some of you are like, no, keep the Europa League because we won a Champions League. But that's what I'm trying to say to you. The work in the training ground needs to be done. The work in the training ground to find out if his confidence, what is it about these players?
Okay, I'll debunk that. You could do it in training ground and be a world beater, but then not do it on the football pitch. And where do you have to do it? You have to score on the football pitch. So you need to have this practice in the Europa League. So you could do so well in the training, Nuruddin, which I agree tactically, but I'm talking about these players having to put the ball back in the net is in the big games. And whether you like it or not, it's the Europa League right now. So I actually disagree with you there fundamentally. Like, training is training. Who cares what training, what happens?
100%. Listen, this is just a point of belief and an opinion. I'm a big believer when a new coach comes in to any football club, they need more training round. The intensity of the training ground. They need to see what the players are about. They need time on the training ground to lay down the fundamentals, to lay down the game plan that they want to have and how they want to build that on. When you're in the League Cup, the League Cup finishes soon anyway, but February. When you're in the FA Cup, Europa League, and you're fighting out week and week in the Premier League, and you're coming back flights, distances, I just feel as though a new coach deserves, for me personally, deserves the time on the train. It's not even the training side. It's about the recoveries and the time on the pitch. Because you come back from a trip.
Your internet's messed up.
The internet doesn't even agree with it.
Nuruddin, come in and out. Come in and out, Nuruddin. Come in and out. Nuruddin. Yeah, his
internet doesn't agree with him. Sorry, Nuruddin.
Yeah, your internet doesn't agree with you. That through ball, big up 3-3 says that ball through ball to Ahmad, the overlast pass to Mazarawi, the fluff shot. Garnacho cost us the win. You are no CR7. Wake up, Ahmad should have started. How does Ahmad not get into this team is wild, yeah. But do you agree with Nuruddin's point though, in terms of like the myth of training, of that training is going to better us and whatnot? Because I believe, it's going to help us. Don't get me wrong.
I agree with some parts. But I also think if United's best bet at getting Champions League is Europa. Like, that's their best bet. Let's be real. We're not finishing top 4. I don't know if there's anyone out there that thinks United's finishing top 4. So if United really want Champions League, which I'm going to talk about the money side of it because financially it will impact United's transfer window, then I say go all out for Europa League.
Yep, exactly. 100%. His internet's still a bit mad. Can't lie. Nuruddin, you might have to reset it. Can you hear us? Nuruddin, you might have to reset it, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your internet's lagging mad. Reset it and come back. Yeah. Big up to Killer says, big up all solidarity with Flex. The woman should be banned. Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, absolutely, man. Disgusting. That sort of behavior in 2024 is ridiculous and it has no place in football. Luckily,
it has no place in society altogether.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it has no place in society.
No place in society. So, you know what, man? Big up to Maguire as well for speaking out as well. You know what I'm saying too, and the club have acted as well, so that's good news as well. Yeah, they've acted. Yeah, they've acted.
Oh, shout out to the club. I didn't think they were
yeah. I spoke to Flex last night. They were on the call to him straight away. So, yeah, big up to you, Kelly, stuff for reminding us. Every time I prioritize physicality and pressure over technicality, and it shows. Big up York. Being named as Trinidad Tobago head of coach. Nah, bun that York, man. I'm saying I don't recognize that York guy. But big up to you anyway, Killis. But anyway, you know what I mean? Shout out to K Price. But listen, what are you saying though, Miller, though? Like, what are you saying though? Like, honestly, like can Amorim, like, are we asking for a lot though with Amorim though? Like, come on, man, let's compose ourselves.
Oh, sorry, yeah, let's go.
Like, Amorim though, like, can we really though, like, ask him to do a lot with this forward line? Like, I feel like for me, the fan base needs to just relax, you know, with this. Because, bro, I don't think he can save this, you know. He might get us, because this is a lot, you know, Miller. He's got
hindsight is a thing, isn't it, Saeed? Because you were telling me we're scoring 80 goals in the Prem at the beginning of the season.
No, I said 70. Can you please fact check that? 70 goals. 70, I said. But
that's about 30 goals too much, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hit a 40. We're on 9 right now, 10 games in.
That's crazy, though. 40, you're saying?
Yeah, I think we're on 9 games. We've got 28 games to go. We're on 10 games, sorry. We've got 28 games to go. We've got 9 games so far. So if we're scoring 9 goals for every 10 games, we're basically scoring about 38, 39.
Bro, that's crazy, you know.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
That is terrible, you know. When you actually deep it, yeah, we've got 20. How many games you said? We've got 20.
28 games left.
So, okay, say average of, I don't know.
Right now, our average is 9 goals for every 10 games. So every 30 games, we score 27. So if for every 38 games, we're going to score about 36, 37, like roughly. If we go off of data, innit? But football isn't completely data-driven.
That's crazy.
Someone in my chat said to me today that United, under Eric Ten Hag, Everton have scored more goals.
Yeah.
I knew that
time ago. I knew that. Was it when the last 24 games, I think it was.
Everton have had lots of like 3, 2, 4 threes, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've been conceding a lot.
Yeah.
But listen, the biggest thing for me is that there's zero chemistry between the front 3. And
between who? Because we've got a situation of they're not passing.
Yeah,
they're not passing. And you got Zirkzee, who they don't really, I don't think you'll ever see them 3 clicking ever. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think they'll ever click. Garnacho, Zirkzee, and Rashford. Maybe
Rashford,
I
don't know.
I can't see that happening. I'll be absolutely gobsmacked here if they click together. The only 3 that I think you might get something out of is the 3 of Højlund, Rashford, and Garnacho. But even then, for me, I still think there's fundamental flaws in terms of Højlund can't keep the ball and hold it up. Rashford, for me, is not good on the right. So now we're now vacating on the right side for no reason. Garnacho, people said Garnacho was better on the right, but now all of a sudden he's on the left-hand side. So I don't know, you know. It really, really bugs me. And Ruud van Nistelrooy, I would have thought to myself, we'll change it a little bit and just mix it up a little bit. But he's gone with what Ten Hag would do. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, switch it up, bro. You know what I mean? Switch it up a little bit. You don't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be regimented like that. You don't have to. But for some reason,
the fact that Amad's not starting is a big worry for me as well, because I think Amad brings a different dynamic. We keep saying the cameos when he comes on, it's a different type of cameos, what he's doing. And he brings a different kind of like. So the fact that Rashford's starting there, for me, just shows that there's a massive contrast between Amad and I think you have to choose. I think you have to just play Rashford. I don't know if it's the injury thing, Mina, Saeed, and the chat. Yeah. I don't know if it's the injury thing with Rashford, why he's coming off in the 60th minute in every game. But he needs him and Garnacho need to share that side. Amad has to play. Amad has to play for me. And I don't know why he's not playing. But then other aspect of it is thinking that Van Nistelrooy coming and saying that he is Ten Hag's guy, so he's not going to try to get away too much from what Ten Hag was doing because he's been working with these players for the past 3 months as well.
Just on me, sorry.
Yeah, they need to be coached. I'm not going to lie to you. You think it's difficult. I swear to you, it's not. It's just different drills on the training ground. It's about having the time to really connect, for them to connect. And it's about, in training, keeping them accountable in training and in games. When you're not doing it, get off the pitch. And then yesterday I looked at it, I was like, Ruud, you got to change it. You got to change it. In midfield, who could he change?
Yeah, no, but he
brought Lindelof
Ruud
on the midfield.
Yeah, I think Ruud should have put one of the youngsters in there. I can't lie to you, man. I would have gone for it, but it is what it is. He went for, obviously, to keep the momentum. My thing is, what does people expect from Ruben Amorim? Like, that's the key question, though. Is like he's meant to change the bet, but if he recognizes their shit, nobody can say up to him, say, "Yo, listen, why are you not improving this?" He can get them to a better environment in terms of the system and the structure, yeah. But I generally believe, yeah, like with what we've got, like it's tough, man. I watched it last night and I was like, bro, we got some shit, you know, like.
But you know, with the Garnacho thing, yeah, just quickly on the Garnacho thing, because I'm seeing he's getting ripped online, for a lot of the choices that he was making. But this is my question to you guys and people in the chat: do you think it's A, greed, or is it B, poor decision making, or 3, his age that is making him play in that manner? Because if you look at I would say the last 6 to 9 months of Garnacho's development, I feel like he's gone from, you know, this guy who is a passenger in the team to trying to be the star or the main guy. I can imagine, when he was bursting down the wing, I can imagine he's probably hearing Viva Garnacho in his head. So he's you know, some players that they see their names in lights, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, because at the end of the day, that can come from being a confident player. Yeah. But where do we draw the line between someone being greedy and actually being a hindrance to the team, and someone being young and needing to develop? Where is the kind of middle point? Because some people are saying, I seen someone say yesterday that Man United is not a club for young players to develop like Garnacho, but I feel like players like Kobbie Mainoo are able to develop. And he's been, last season, Kobbie had games where he made errors that cost United games, but he learns from it. So at what point do we start holding other young players accountable as well, and not use age as a reason that we shouldn't criticize them?
I think for me, it's the 2 above rather than the last one. So I think the first one you said is
greed.
It's greed, yeah, definitely greedy. Second one you said is what?
Decision making, and then 3.
Very, very much. Age for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was trying to say, you know, he's young and that. Nah, you've been playing a lot of games now. He's played over 100 games now for Man United now. He knows the ins and outs. He knows what's going on. He knows the physicality. He's actually got to grips with the physicality of the game in terms of what he can't do, what he can't do. Like for me, age right now, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna lie to you now. I'm not saying he's young anymore, even though he is still young. You know, he's 20 years old. But I'm not saying in football in terms now, he's a grown man, yeah, and he's in there. For me, it's gone down to the point now where I think the fan base have overhyped him. We all know he's a squad player at best. He's an impact player. And now, I can't lie to you, man. He's really irritating me now. Before, I used to back him a lot, you know. I'd be like, yo, everyone calm down. I was like you, Mina, you know. I'd be like, yo, everybody's crashing on him too much. But it's got to the point now where I'm like, you've been in this league now for 2 seasons now, fully. You get me? Like, you should know now when to release the ball. You should know now that we should, you know, we don't hog onto the ball and do like this glory. Like, I genuinely believe he thinks he's the main guy. He believes he's better than Rashford. He believes he's better than Højlund. He believes he's better than Zirkzee, Anthony. He thinks he's better than everyone. I'm telling you, this is why for me, I'm saying we need a major overhaul here, because I want guys to let him know that, yo, you ain't on my level. And you need to get to my level. Yeah? So if that means a Kudus, means a Kvaratskhelia, you bring them in and they are the starters. Yeah? And he becomes a bench player, proving that he can be better than them. But right now, he's proving that he's better than the other guys, because right now he probably is got a bit of an edge than some players in that team. Based on GA, based on whatever. Like,
this is why I say GA ruins football. Like the concept of GA.
It's ruined for everyone.
I was saying earlier today.
Do you see what he commented, Mino? You see what he commented, Mino? Under that post?
Who? Him?
Yeah, he commented under some guy's post saying, some guy made a post saying, since this day he's on this GA. And he corrected saying, actually, no, I got this GA. What? I'll show you the now of the tweet. So he's
because I was saying, yeah, today on my stream, I was saying I prefer players that play for the team where, you know, when you look at the stat sheet, what they do doesn't come up on the score sheet. But it's the metrics that matter in comparison to the people. Because right now, if United won on the weekend 3-1, you'll see the goal scorers, you'll see the people that assisted, and you'll think they had a good game. But you think about United's game yesterday, Mazraoui was the best player. And that's the kind of stuff that don't come up on the score sheet. And I would always prefer that than GA contribution. Oh I think it inflates someone's value in the team.
Mina, he's deleted the tweet. He's deleted the comment. I swear down, guys. Did you not see the comment, guys?
I didn't see it. How long ago was it?
And he's deleted it now because he knows he should not have done that.
I'll just say this, yeah.
Smash the likes. I've got 270 likes, 940 watching. Come on, guys.
Listen, people smash the like, respect the podcast, innit? Like, I don't know how many more you have to say that. But listen, the biggest thing for me is that when I see Garnacho, I'm like, yes. We all agree, though, that he shouldn't be starting. He's actually a brilliant impact substitution to have. Defenders are tired, the energy, the way he plays. Well, yesterday, and you know me, I mean, I've been brought up on that, innit? I'm older than both of you, and I've actually seen young players come good, right? If you look at the way that him and Kobe have been managed in the last couple of years, it's not been good. It's not been good. So I'm blaming that to the club. So when you ask the question, Mina, is it the ego? Is it because he's of his age? And is it, what was the other thing that he said? Decision making. No, but this is what I'm saying to you. But who the F is taking them on the training ground, showing him the flipping clips and going A, B, and C? What do you do when you're here? When you stood here, Garnacho, A, B, and C, and recreating the match situations in training and going, what are you going to do? When I said it before, when he's meant to pass, he shoots. When he's meant to shoot, he passes. What are you doing? I saw that bit there. The guy, I think it might have been Colwell, keeping everybody on side. Zirkzee's on the outside of him. Amad is just he's on side. And the space, because we just want to transition, yeah? Masraoui just won the ball. Garnacho, all he has to do is just, like, literally
play
tap
him
it.
through,
10 yards.
I know.
10 yards, tap it. Instead, head down. Robot, mate. No. Roadrunner, no. At the end of the day, no. And I'm glad that Casemiro gave him the mouthful. You know what I mean? Because he loses the ball, and then you see the other side. So the decision-making for me, you know what it's like? I'm not going to lie to you. It's almost that Benzema moment, isn't it? When it comes to Vinny Jr. Remember when he was saying, don't give the ball to this guy who's playing against us? Garnacho is at that crossroads right now in his career. He's at that crossroad. But you know what Real Madrid did, Saeed? They had specific coaches telling him. You had all the rest of the players in the team telling him, you got to pick the best option. And the only way you do that, you recreate the game situations in training and you get him to think about the decision. And the other thing is that 100% is too gassed. The fact that he's way too active on social media, his younger brother is on, his brother is on there, way too active as well. Like, all of this is getting to people's heads. The way that he's coming to the Ballon d'Or awards and all of this type of shit is getting into him. The reason why his hair is dyed the way he's dyed, because he literally believes he's Ronaldo. You're not, mate. You're not Ronaldo. You're not. And you know what, Ronaldo, same age as you at that time, around 89, Ronaldo was improving. Ronaldo was making sure that he can pass the ball because there were people holding him accountable. So the difference is that we're judging these young players right now and what the history of Manchester United was. And people who come out and say, Manchester United should not be. Yes, Manchester United is, mate, you muppets. 87 years and counting. Since 1938, Manchester United have always had a youth player playing in the first team squad and being a member of that squad. So that's something to be proud of. But when you get young players, you're not holding them accountable. You're not doing the coaching with them. You're not bringing them in and taking them out. I blame it on the club. I don't blame Garnacho. I blame the people who are putting him on there. I'm blaming all these frauds, Wilcox, Ashworth, all that, because they've got fucking eyes. They have eyes. They can see what's happening. So at the end of the day, for me, when I look at it, I think, I can't protect him anymore. And you know me, I'm always Saeed. We've had viral moments on here when I'm like, I'm believing the youth because I believe they can, it's easier to coach young players than it is older players, middle-aged or younger players, older players, and they're more receptive to new ideas. So for me, I blame the football club. I blame Rude yesterday that he didn't take him off. He should have come off. He should have come off. He should have come off because he was embarrassing. He got worse and worse and worse. And if not, he needed to come and have a word with him and say, what are you doing? Do you think Fergie would, Fergie would have just stood by that, just seeing that? He had the best opportunities in the game. Yeah. All he had to do, 5 different actions I have in my mind. Two times where he could have passed to Masraoui, one to Amad, and then he had the 2 chances where any other time you're at least making the keepers make a, making a bat, like a really good save for the keeper. Because that, to me, the second one is like one-on-one. He does brilliantly. Don't get it twisted. He does brilliantly. He let the guys run in. He held his run. But I'm like, sort your feet out. You're right-footed, man. What are you doing? So,
bro, but I love Casemiro as well.
I'm not making an excuse. What I'm saying to you is that it's because the players, there is no football. The football structure is not doing his job. The coaches are not doing their job, and there's no accountability for him in games. He should be hooked. If you're doing that twice, get off the football pitch. That's what Fergie used to do.
I know. You wouldn't get
next to me.
I know.
Fergie would say, "You're gonna come and sit next to me." Fergie used to run out. I swear to you guys, you can find it on YouTube. F I'm blind at the place. Say, "Get off here now." You're coming and sitting next to me. If you do that again, you're coming and sitting next to me.
Come and sitting
That's
off.
the difference. That's the difference.
Absolutely. Big up to Nate. He says 2 things. Ilanga is better than Garnacho. 22-year-old and Garnacho wants to believe he's top-level player based on his socials and behavior. And also Chiku says Garnacho was been around the Argentina squad too much and his head got too big as well. He's a World Cup champion but overconfident. Argentina and United, big ego.
He didn't win the World Cup.
He doesn't even play for Argentina, by the way.
No, but he didn't win the World Cup with them.
No, he didn't.
He won the Copa America with them, not the World Cup.
Yeah, not the World Cup. Yeah, I was going to say, but also he doesn't play for the Argentina. In
Did he even get on? I don't think he got on.
He doesn't even get on. He doesn't get on. He hardly gets on. But my thing is that
they know he's not ready. They know he's not ready.
He's not ready. Yeah. But then I believe Amad will never get an opportunity, man. I've given up on thinking that.
You think he should stay? He's got a contract renewal coming up, innit?
I can't lie. If I see him tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Why are you acting like you're gonna?
I'd advise him to leave. I can't lie to you. I'd advise him.
He's still ignoring your messages.
No, because for me, my thing is, honestly, bro, because it's sometimes I think the club just got this basis that maybe Amad ain't got the PR. He comes from a humble background. Wallahi, man, sometimes I feel like for me, players like that are just they don't have the opportunity to thrive. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't maybe get it. Like, I don't know, bro. I'll be honest with you. It's deep. Like if really people want to go to that level, I think it's a deep thing why Amad's not playing, real talk.
It is.
It's a deep thing, bro.
I feel like also another thing is like agents or reps. They play a big part in
massively.
And he's recently moved.
Amad,
but it was only recently, like a couple months ago, he moved to Garnacho's agent.
Yeah.
So before that, he had a different agent. And I think like also just quickly on Amad, I don't know if you lot realize, but it's very, very unlikely in Manchester United that a player that goes out in the loan system ever comes back and becomes something. But for me, Amad's loan spell, he should be the one that gets it. Like Garnacho, I think in his first season could have benefited as well from a loan spell, similar to Amad going to a championship. But I also think we need to look at the loan spell to first team kind of pathway at Manchester United, because so many players go out on loan, have good loan spells or decent loan spells, get sold. I think Amad might be another one on that chopping block. And I don't think that should be the case. Before anyone says I'm saying to sell Amad, I don't think that should be the case.
I'm not going to lie to you. So the face don't fit. But like you said, the ego is not there. But I said it. I'm not lying. I made a video, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And I said, Amad, listen, you've got to take it. When you get that opportunity, you've got to grasp it. And if I saw him, that's what I'll be telling you. You need to be more. You need to be in action. You need to be a bit selfish. That's what I'm saying to you. He's not a selfish player, though, is he saying? He'd rather lay somebody on.
Oh, you can't tell someone to be selfish. You're not going
to
be that
person. No, you can be. No, you can be. Because he's got to take more of the limelight. Yeah, you can, Saeed.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
that point there.
You need to step in because you've got the ability. You need to take the chances.
Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, that pass where Garnacho has to play into Amad. Does Amad hog onto that ball? Does he pass it to Garnacho?
No. There, you have to pass it. No,
but I'm saying, though, do you reckon that there's a moment to be arrogant here? But I still believe if Amad would have opportunity to pass, he would always pass first anyway. So that's not going to change from him. The only thing that I would say change from him is that when he's on the edge of the box, then you say, right,
Saeed for Sunderland. Saeed for Sunderland, the decision making up the pitch is really good. There were times where he was shooting, and there were times he was playing people in. His actual decision-making is really good. But the vastness, how he looks differently in terms of a footballer, how neat, how things are like auto. You know, when the ball gets to him, it's auto. You know he's not going to lose it. You know he's going to give it back. You know he's going to try to play a combine with somebody. There's a massive difference, Saeed. But at the end of the day, there's also responsibility on us as United fans that we're used to and we grew up on people like roadrunners who just get their head down and run.
I know.
It shouldn't be that. And that we have to take the blame for that as well. Because we're not really used to footballers that are more like really, really good footballers. But at the end of the day, to me, Amad has to get his chance. But all I know is that his body language, even as a sub, is totally different since Eric Ten Hag got signed. 2 games, and his body language is so different. So different.
Naz, big up to you, says, I think United should have learned yesterday that not having an impact sub like McTominay will hurt us. Garnacho can be that impact player.
No, not McTominay, but just the impact sub in general.
Well, that's the McTominay agenda, man. What happened to them the other day? Atlanta, Saeed's boys absolutely slapped them up, mate. What happened the other day? Eh? Where was it?
Even the one skill,
by the way, Saeed, I got a Napoli friend who's a big Napoli fan. He says to me,
he's a bonfire night.
Tomorrow. But listen, somebody said to me that actually he might have had little clips here and there on socials, but he's not even been that great.
Bro, I swear down. This is the power of social media. I watched the whole of the Milan game. AC Milan versus Napoli. The guy did nothing, bro. You know what I mean? He did nothing. Yeah. He did one little bit of skill, which I gave him credit for, and that was it. And then all the time I was like, yo, man, we let go of this guy, but we got Ugarte and all of that. Get out of here, man. Allow it, man. But let's move on. Yeah. By the way, there's 344 likes, guys. We're not far off 500 likes. We need to get to that target. So, guys, 155 likes. Let's do it, people, man. Let's get there. Zirkzee, today, bro, even yesterday, man, the timeline was moving mad. I come out the ground yesterday, I swear down, bro. I was getting assaulted, man. The amount of United fans coming up to me saying, Saeed, man, let it go with Zirkzee. I said, bro, relax, man. What's wrong with you, man? Bro, the amount of people that came up to me yesterday outside the ground.
Saeed, I've just sent you the thing you wanted to show about Garnacho. Just check your direct DM on Twitter.
That was it. Yeah,
that's it. About Zirkzee. Did you see the picture you posted on Instagram?
Oh, can't lie. Yeah, this is it. Just to move on. Yeah, he deleted it. Look, you see that 30 GA and national team, 40 goals and 1 assist in Toulon tournament. Oh, sorry, 4 goals, 1 assist in Toulon tournament. In under 20. So that was his.
When was this? The other day? This is a couple of days ago.
Oh, this is a couple of days. Come on, look at this one. 1st of November.
I didn't see that.
I'm saying, I seen it and I couldn't believe it. I said, you arrogant. Oh. But anyway, let's move on. Zirkzee, I come out the ground yesterday at Norden, and there was so many fans there. Shout out to everyone that's there and showing love, but they were like, yo, man, Zirkzee. And the crowd, by the way, they don't like Zirkzee. I'll put it to you right now. The Old Trafford crowd do not like Zirkzee.
I remember when I was at the Liverpool game.
Agenda,
when I was at the Liverpool game where I was sat, oh my God. You know, Zirkzee barely touched the ball that game. They were like, get the effing ball. We've had number 9s and number 11s that are better than you. Get the hell out of my club. I'm thinking, bro, this is like the 3rd game of the season.
Yeah, bro, I can't lie to you.
The agenda's already there, isn't it?
Listen, man, I blame Zispom's in it because he talked about Benzema and all of that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zispom's But for me, what my problem is here with the fan base is that I think we just struggle to understand that. Like, he's adjusting to what we're seeing anyway. So we're seeing that the whole attack is struggling right now. Could he do better? I'm not going to put it out there that he's doing amazingly well. There's a lot of things he could do better, But I just think for me, it's like, what do people want from a player who isn't quick, isn't going to be running in behind, you know what I'm saying to you, isn't going to be pressing like Højlund does, and isn't a number 9? Let's be honest, he's not a number 9. You know what I'm saying? He's a link-up player. He's a 9.5, as he says, in between a 10 and a 9. So for me, I just look at it from my point of view of, bro, everyone just relax. People are just writing him off already. Like, them man are saying he's done. Like, bro, I'm not even lying to you. They're saying he's done, guys.
That's what happens at United. Like, you sink or you swim. The issue I have for Zirkzee is obviously it's early stages, right? But you got a profile of a player for a style of football that is non-existent. So you're trying to fit a player into a system, but you don't even know what the system is. So when he does play, I think, and that's why I think Højlund is more fitted for the 11 now, because Højlund is a 9. He's more of a 9 than Zirkzee.
I said that from day one.
And I always said Zirkzee will come good when you have a system that a player like him can be in. Same for Amad. Same for, Lenny Yoro, who can play in the back three. Those kind of players will be good in a system that is clearly identifiable. My issue with Joshua Zirkzee is I think he plays best with runners on the wide angles, basically. But whenever he does drop deep to get the ball, one thing he does do, because people act like this guy can't do anything. I've seen him pick up the ball and only need one touch to get it out wide. I've seen him do that. But the issue is getting it out wide. When it goes out wide, players are running down blind alleys. They're coming back into the midfield to pass the ball back. I think Joshua Zirkzee right now is not working in the United system because there is no system. And I don't want to say he's a system player, but his type of profile has to be for specific systems.
Yeah, 100%. I think I agree. I genuinely do think, but this is why the pressure in it at Manchester United, isn't it? Like,
it's different.
Listen, Manchester United love a saviour, don't they? They think that the new signing and they think they're going to get a saviour. At the end of the day, he's a 22-year-old kid. He's adapting to a new country. He's never played this level of intensity of type of football. He's never played a league like this in the Premier League before. He's going to need time to adapt. And actually, he needed the fucking games. He needs the games. That's why 90 minutes under your thing, Saeed, the touch, the things are there. But since Rasmus has come back and he's been taken out of the team, then it's different. But that's what I'm saying here, Saeed. We know there's a certain agenda in it because his face don't fit. But then the same people don't have the same energy for Rasmus, in it. You know what I mean? We know that. Come on. We know, what are we doing out here? You know what I mean? What are we doing here? And by the way, solidarity with Flex, in it. The madness that took place outside of Trafford, man. I don't know what was going on with that woman, but it is what it is, innit? This is what we have to deal with. At the end of the day, to me, Zirkzee needs adaptation time, but he needs to play football. That's the only way you can. And by the way, he's not gone from the way he played against Crystal Palace then to being absolutely rubbish and not be able to miscontrol the ball. I think fitness is an issue. Like I said, he missed pre-season. He went to the Euros. He came back because he had an injury. And the reason why he was called up in the Euros, because somebody else got injured. And he just went. He played, 3 minutes in the semi-final or whatever it was, Holland, England.
Yeah.
So he didn't even play. So
he
was just there. He was just there part of the training. He was part of the training. So he didn't have a preseason. He didn't go to the US. He came here, was training 2 weeks on the fitness. That's what he was working with. So people need to cut him some slack, but there's no accountability in that, innit? And I'm afraid, I'm going to say it, if you are that kind of colour, that kind of foreign player, you're going to get it. He's cost 30-something million. You've got 80 million pound players who are not even in a fucking match squad. Man. So what the F are you talking about, people?
But because you know what it is, it's because it's a striker role where you need goals, and that's where the added pressure comes in.
He was never the horrific guy. Manchester United should have come out.
They didn't do research.
Right. They brought him for a style of football which I think is outside of Erik ten Hag, i.e. Amorim, etc., etc.
Who wanted him?
They were preparing him. Yeah, he's an Ineos signing.
Yeah,
it's Ineos then.
Why did Ineos Erik ten Hag wanted a goal scoring striker. He wanted Ivan Toney.
He wanted Welbeck as well. To bring Welbeck.
Yeah, or Welbeck on a free.
So we have to blame Ineos then for this signing then. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying he's got you don't need to blame Ineos because he's gonna come good when there's an identifiable pattern of play.
I mean, you bought into an environment where you knew that this wasn't suited to his style.
No, the environment that they want is not ready yet. It's like moving into a house that's not finished. It's like moving into a house that's not finished.
We have to be patient.
You explained it then. So you said
Miller's got more faith in Ineos.
Okay. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for United fan base. Yeah,
hold on. I think they're a bunch of clowns. I don't think they're.
No, hold on a minute. Let's break it down. Yeah. So Ineos have bought in a striker, young striker, who is the future.
He's a system guy. He's not a striker side. He's more of a number 10.
Oh, number 10, yeah. So they bought a player who's there for the future.
Forward.
So Man United have bought a player potentially for the new manager to come in or whatever, etc. Yeah. So why is it after 3-4 months then are we already scrapping that kind of almost process of we're building something with a player? I don't get it. I don't get it.
What I'm trying to say, from my understanding, right, is that a player like Zirkzee, and this is not me making excuses for him or for Ineos or anything. I think Ineos saw they saw what was on the horizon. They saw that Erik ten Hag eventually was going to leave. They had plans to bring in a new manager. So instead of waiting until next summer to bring in all the players that they possibly might need for the system that they want to build, let's get 1 or 2 players now, a couple of more players next summer, etc., etc., etc. They brought him in, and that's what I'm saying. It's like moving into a house, and you ain't got a roof, you still don't have furniture. The house is not being finished. It's not finished being built, and that's what's happening right now because Joshua Zirkzee is playing in Man United's team, and albeit it's inconsistent, guys. The guy don't start. He was starting at the beginning of the season. Højlund came back, and that's why I said Højlund is a preference for chaotic football when there's no structure in your formation, there's no structure in your style of play. Joshua Zirkzee will prove value, I think, when Manchester United have an identifiable style of play, and he literally, guys, he ain't going to score goals, but he's going to be that player, I think, that creates those moments to start those opportunities to score. Like, for example,
bring people into the game.
Exactly. Bruno played a pass to him, in that position, right?
Oh, that was meant to be for Højlund.
The guy was so, my mom's faster than him, Miskin, I feel bad for him. He's slow. But a player like him, that shouldn't be his starting position. But they're playing him on the number 9. They're playing him on the final line of the back line.
He's not that guy.
Starting position.
He's not that guy.
He's not that guy. And that's why I want to see. And that's why I said Ruud van Nistelrooy went for the draw yesterday. Because if you're going for the win, you would have kept Højlund on and you would have brought Zirkzee on.
He went for the draw, you know, that to lock it out. He didn't want to lose the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen,
shout out to Butter Dog.
Big up Butter Dog. Listen, how many likes are we on the video, Saeed?
113. We need nearly there, guys. 500 likes.
We need 700 likes on the video. Come on, there's nearly 1,000 of you in here.
75 likes.
Listen, I agree with a lot of the points that you made. I genuinely do. Him, Ugarte, 100%. I think him and Ugarte were not Ten Hag signings. You know what I mean? Him and Ugarte are definitely not Ten Hag.
That's another one that the fan base have given up on as well, by the way. Again, another one the fan base have given up on.
I thought you combatively yesterday. He did really well. Apparently, he did really well.
He won 2 out of 12 duels.
Yeah. But you know what?
2 out of 12.
Sometimes
he disrupted the play a little bit.
He disrupted the play, yeah. You know what he did, Norden? You love this, Norden. He did tactical fouling, Norden.
Yeah, of course.
You love tactical fouls, don't you?
Of course. We need that. I need some shithousery guys who are going to stop.
Shithousery.
But Mina, sometimes the stats don't tell you the true meaning of the player, what the player contributing in the game. Sometimes the stats can go, this player has done this, completed this. And they did F all. They just passed 5 yards. Either sides of them. But they'll give you 95% pass completion. Pass to effing where? So at the end of the day, when I look at Ugarte yesterday, I thought, even though I think we faced one of the best midfields in the league, I personally. The way the Casado and the other brother are playing right now, they troubled Liverpool. They really troubled Liverpool. So for me, I already accepted before when I did the preview. I said that we're going to lose the midfield battle, but we've got to make it uncomfortable. They have to really win it. I thought Ugarte did that. So 100%, Zirkzee is a system type of kind of player, and again. I don't think majority of Manchester United, when they hear a striker, straight away they think somebody's going to put the ball at the back of the net. And he's not that guy. So I blame Ineos in the way they communicated, just saying he's a striker. He's not a striker. His best time in the walking league, Mina, that me, my great aunt can play. Your mum and my great aunt can play in that league, yeah? And that's why these Muppets who are clipping McTominay up, it's a walking league. It's over 50s walking football in Serie A, yeah? At his best, he scored 14 goals or something like that at his best, yeah. So at the end of the day, he's a young player that's developing, right? There is a talent in there. We saw it against Crystal Palace. We saw it bits against Southampton. We saw these things. There is a player in there, but you need to have a system and a coaching way that he's coached. And I'm afraid we don't have that. We do not have that. So when Manchester United fans see a striker, you can't score and get the F out of my football club. Who's been scoring? So even forget about him, Mina Saeed. Who's been scoring? Who's been horrific for Manchester United? Who?
No, I don't know.
That's why the fan base. I swear to God, somebody needs to write the psychosis of Manchester United fan base.
Yeah, we need to study.
Somebody needs to write that book because I don't know who they want to be scoring. Who was scoring? You moaning about Martial. You literally hounded him out of the football club.
So what?
They hounded out Ronaldo. Let's be honest. Hounded out Ronaldo. Hounded out Lukaku. We hounded out bare strikers. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It's the biggest graveyard shift. For me, the most worrying thing, I don't know if you two have observed, and the people in the chat, they can tell me, but at times, he's not getting involved and not even passing the ball to him. They're not passing the ball to him. It's that if you look at, somebody used to look at the touches in even the games he started. For a guy who holds the ball, how many touches he's getting? Like, honestly, I just don't. At times, even Southampton, I'm like, give him the ball, give him the ball. They don't give him the ball. He's playing football. He's playing one football, Mina, and we're playing the old way of what we've been playing with Eric Ten Hag. So it's the system went. It's not going to work. He's not going to be able to play with.
But this is why I said, Nuruddin, sometimes you need to take pressure off him, and that's where wingers come in, goal scoring wingers or goal scoring inside forwards. Saka.
But they can't even combine with him. They're not on the same wavelength. Garnacho's never going to be the same wavelength as Zirkzee unless they're properly coached together. You have to coach these players together.
I don't think
so. Do the repetitive. Most of you don't think that you have to do the repetitive work on the training ground. And you know what? Most training days, when you got a week to prepare, you have at least a match. You got 8.
Do you think he needs to work on anything?
9.
Do you think he needs to work on something? Is there a particular thing where you would say, Nuruddin, he needs to work on in his game? Be a bit more aware of his surroundings a little bit more? Know where to say, you know what?
At this moment in time, I think the confidence is gone. Like you can see, Saeed, any of our forwards have got zero confidence. It's not just a Zirkzee thing. But we saw him when he was confident, what he was doing in Southampton and Crystal Palace. And he had, physical defenders off his back. You know what I mean? But he was sharp to the ball. He was coming close. He was controlling the ball. You know what I mean? He was slowing the game down. And we were coming here, raving about him. But at this moment in time, he just looks like he's a bit concussed, to be fair. He looks heavy. He does. He looks heavy. Everything is heavy. The touch, the ball is running away from him.
Yeah,
and
everything. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
That's his best attribute. He looks heavy. He does.
Yeah.
So
I think, but then
like I said, people need to be patient. And those United fans, you need to educate yourself on what the player profile. What is the player profile is? He's not gonna get you 20 goals a season. And I promise you, Saeed, now, if you are bringing Harry effing Kane, he ain't getting no chances. He ain't scoring 20 goals either.
He is.
Because we don't create, Saeed. We don't create. What do we create?
Northern, please.
What do we create? You tell
Harry
me
Kane's getting his goals, mate. Harry Kane's getting his goals.
Unless he's shooting from 25 yards out.
There's an exception to the rule.
No,
yeah? And Northern, Harry Kane is scoring goals.
No, but you know what? You remember when RVP joined? No, remember when RVP joined United and Sir Alex Ferguson told them, find him. Doesn't matter. If you do not find him, you're getting taken off. I think if Harry Kane joined United, the coaching staff would have to say the same thing. Find him. And if you don't find him, you get taken off. I'll never see we wouldn't see this nonsense of Garnacho just taking every shot possible, etc. Or Marcus Rashford maybe running down a blind alley. They would find him. I think I agree with Saeed. Kane is an exception. He's an exception.
Yeah, it's an exception.
Now, I watched that game yesterday, and I looked at Rasmus Højlund, and I said, in all the game, we had one touch from him in the box, and that was the penalty. That was the ball from Casemiro, right? And you look at how many times the ball was free there and Bruno gave the ball away, right? So at the end of the day, we've always said, how many times have we said, playing for Manchester United is the graveyard shift. Up front for Manchester United is the graveyard shift. So for me, it's about sustaining the possession and then being a whole team being up the pitch and keep winning the ball back and creating and getting your goal scorers or your forwards or your inverted wingers more chances inside the box. But we don't do that. We don't. We play very isolated. We give the ball to somebody and go, you go and do it. That's what we do. There is no connection. We go and solve it. We give them, the Rubik's Cube on the football pitch and go on, you run down and solve it yourself. No, that's not how you play. We're supposed to connect. We're supposed to get closer to people, but we don't do that.
Berbatov, yeah. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to see what he says but he said something about Højlund a couple of weeks ago saying that he needs to be a bit more, I don't know. He said something on Rio Ferdinand's podcast.
I was watching Højlund yesterday and I feel like the first 15 minutes, he looked like a 9. But after that, I feel like he regressed back to what he was doing last season, which was just fighting the centre back.
Fighting, fighting.
The first 15 minutes, he looked all right. And then after that, it's just the gal, non-stop.
Wallahi, he's fighting people. You know what the biggest thing was here? For Fano. He said, yo, let me just go around him. And Hoyle didn't know where he was.
Of course.
But you know what it is?
I really think he should have had 2 fouls, though. I really think,
there was.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was
I wanted to fight the referee, man, yesterday, man. That referee, I can't stand him, yeah. This bodybuilder, bro. You know, referee, man. You know what I mean, bro? You're a PT, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen, big up Sophia, our Queen sister, in the chat. Big up, Queen.
You know what's mad, yeah? Yeah, big up Sophia always. But my thing is that it's getting a bit too easy to get around like Hoyle. And everybody knows what his moves is now. They know what he's about. Like, that's the saddest thing. He's shown his cards too early, Hoyland, you know.
Well, let me just say this. Saeed, let me just say this. Listen, I'm extremely worried about Amorim and Amorim's way of playing. Because at times he also vacates the midfield. At times the way that his teams play out, and this is like his peak Sporting Lisbon peak. The way they play out is quite chaotic. I know that they only play against Braga, Porto, and Benfica, and the rest are just beatable. Yeah, the rest of the league is just beatable. But I'm telling you now, one thing Amorim is gonna do. You're gonna see how striker. You know, when his system Saeed, strikers are king. The other day, I fell down the hole, like, you know, the internet hole, and 7 hours of research I did, 7 to 8 hours. I was on the computer watching all sorts of videos, all sorts of things, reading all sorts of articles, Google translating so many different things. Amorim believes every forward, everybody, you know, the whole front 5 sometimes are on the pitch. He believes they're all working for the striker. Everybody's working for the striker.
But that's what I want to see.
You get in the striker, the ball through. Your striker, you're there to create chances for your striker. And these players side are going to get the biggest wake-up call ever. And if you don't do it, you're not playing, mate. It's simple. So Zirkzee is going to be Zirkzee and Hoyland. Hoyland, his game's going to be so simplified, you're going to believe it. He's going to be coming out into the channels, receiving the ball, making the runs, but they're going to be telling him, stay in the box. You stay in the box and the ball will find you. That's where Gorkes is, the guy who's banging goals. That's what he did. He simplified his game. The Swedish kid who's banging goals for Sporting, he simplified his game. That's what he did. And he said, we're going to find you. You get in these areas, we'll find you. We will find you. And there it is there. That's why Gorkes has 12 goals and next highest goal. This is it. It's honestly, the biggest thing about him is the striker is king.
If Gyökeres is available this summer and United are after him, are we saying no to Gyökeres?
No, I'm always saying, Saeed, you need more strikers because Manchester United play so many games. So you're never going to hear me go, oh, we haven't got striker. And I'm like, listen, it's about the coach and the club, how they use these.
I'd rather spend money
in the games. Listen, there is enough games in the season for everybody to share, and you actually need to keep certain players fresh for different parts of the season anyway.
Yeah, I
there's
think
enough games.
Yeah,
there's enough games. But Saeed, let's put it this way: they're gonna want 100 million.
No,
I think they want like 60, 70 million.
I think they're gonna.
He did say that. He said that he was asked. Amorim was asked in a press conference.
He's not coming back to rob players.
Yeah, in January window, but he didn't say in the summer window.
I personally think Sporting are gonna say 100 million, and I don't think he's worth 100 million. He's good, but come on, people, it's that level. It's that level in the Portuguese league. Yeah. But guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are things to be worried about. Amorim as well. I swear.
No, but but I wouldn't want him to be a flawless manager.
Specifically, Saeed in midfield. Specifically, the press is good. I like that.
Talk about these two here. Talk about these two here.
No. Listen, 2 players who are not gonna make it past Amorim, I'll be shocked if they do. It's Casemiro and Eriksen. Casemiro, Eriksen, no legs. Because
I think they will, man.
The demands he puts on the midfielders
Eriksen's been up the ball,
to recover the ball when they lose it, and you know that they get beat the same ball. At times, Amorim's football could look like a little bit like Erik ten Hag's because the amount of commits, how many players he commits up the pitch, and the diagonal ball into the middle can be dangerous. But Ugarte was his guy. He put Ugarte on the map, and
can he get the best out of Ugarte in the Premier League? So there are a lot of unknowns. But the biggest thing is that it's only 2.5 years, people. Have you literally saw the contract he's getting?
That's good, though. That's good. That's good.
Saeed, to me, that's not saying 3 years. He's saying that's our man. 2.5 years is not saying.
I mean, you have to earn it, though, Nordy. You have to earn the right to get
another. In the middle of the season, that's why he's coming in. So that's already half a season. And then, so what you're saying? 2 seasons after that, he should have more. If that's really your guy.
No, what I'm saying to you is that. No, for me, what I'm saying to you is that it's actually the way the new model is going to be at Manchester United. My God, even when we get rid of him, it's going to be 2.5 years. But some people are already really incredibly assuming he's going to play 3 at the back. He might not. Young coaches adapt. He's 39 years old. They adapted. What Ancelotti formation Ancelotti was playing in his when he became a coach, when he became a manager, it's totally different to what it is now. Yeah, it's totally different to what it is now. So certain ones, they literally elevate their game. But the biggest thing is this, Saeed. The biggest reason why teams said no to him and a 3 at the back to Amorim is because unless you go and get a manager that plays three players at the back, you're not going to do anything. And that's what you need.
You're not.
3 players at the back. So you need to go and get a coach because it's so difficult to uncoach. It's so difficult to uncoach. My neighbours just come in. My door's open for the cat. But anyway, the biggest thing is this. You're going to get a coach that plays 3-4-3 is very difficult to coach a team that's used to playing 3 into a 4 without making a huge whole changes to your squad. Because teams that have too many forwards, Saeed, you're not going to have that. You need to have more wing backs. You need to have more of the wing backs. So for me, the biggest thing is if he's going to play that means then Diego Dalot have to go. That means the wing play like Garnacho, some of these guys have to go and find their club. Amad, Rashford, because these guys are not going to be able to fit in that. And it's the reason why you don't get that at the top flight, really. In the big teams, in the big leagues, a lot of teams playing that 3-4-3 side is because the turnaround of getting rid of a lot of players who don't fit into that system is too much.
You know what's worrying for me is the burnout this season is worrying me, man. We I think these players might be because we're playing a game every 3 days, yeah. And
you see the run of games in
and you guys won the Europa League, innit?
Say that again.
You guys won the Europa. The most taxing one.
Then you guys
it's the most taxing one on my body. I'm sorry.
No, but the thing is, you know what it is? I want it because I feel like for me, all this idea that you're thinking and this idea that training is going to equivalent to.
You're not guaranteed. We're 21 for a fucking reason, Saeed. We sit 21st for a reason. Not, in a cup game, you're not guaranteed because anything could happen in the space of 15 minutes and you're out of the cup.
Oh gosh, I don't know what Norden's thinking, man. A week off, United going to be better.
You're banking a whole Manchester United season on a cup competition, Saeed.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
I believe. Okay, so where United finishing this season?
Nah, listen. At the end of the day, we showed it yesterday. Obviously, we're nowhere near ready top 4. We showed it yesterday. We're not.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. For me,
for Manchester United to have top 4 ambitions, United needed to win that game yesterday because that's another competitor for top 4.
I don't think we're finishing top 6. I think we'll finish 7th, 8th, if that.
That's why I want to win Europa League.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I'm saying to you. I don't want to put pressure on the coach. I want him to. That's the difference between you and me, guys. You want Champions League football and all this. We're shit anyway. I'm saying to you guys, we need to give this coach the amount of time and not put him under pressure straight away. Get him to sort out his coaching. Get him to sort the fuck out his coaching, Saeed Amina. And then he can for the rest of the 7-8 months are left of the season, next season, we can go then, okay, he's got to go and get top 4 or he's got to go and win a Euro, whatever you're in. But I want to be out of Europe because then there's no excuse for these players. There'll be 0 excuses. We're still in the League Cup. We'll still be in the FA Cup. But we're in the league.
There's also a good chance
that matters to me. To me, Manchester United winning the Europa League is not telling me shit. We've won cups already. What's telling me any progress? It's how we're performing week in, week out. Bread and butter your league. That's when it tells me what kind of progression we have this season. So what's the point of you guys? We win Europa League, go in the Champions League, get fucking knocked out and in the group stage, get embarrassed again. What is that? What is that? What's the point? I want to go to the Champions League when we can compete for a Champions League, where we can be a threat, where we can get to quarters and maybe more. I don't want to go there. What's this? Where we're chasing this top 4 business, this Champions League business. We've not been consistently a Champions League team. We've not. Face the fact, people. Face fact. You're telling me we're not good enough to get top 4, but we're good enough to compete in the Champions League.
I still believe there's an equivalent chance here. I think there's every chance that we're out of the Champions League and we're out of everything, and United still could be shit. So your probability is also the same as mine.
I'm saying, and we ain't attracting anyone if we're playing one game.
So United don't do nothing.
But this is what I'm saying.
So you're going to coach players that you got right there, but not have any players to bring in. That's what you're going to do.
Listen, at the end of the day,
I mean,
at the end of the day, you might have a point of what you're saying there. That we might not attract. Well, listen, we might not attract. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is I need the coach, especially if he's a system kind of guy. The only way you do that, I promise you, I need you to go and look at when you play in Europa League, what the recovery is for you to come back and how you then have to play on a Sunday. And I'm sick of playing Sunday. I want to go to games on a Saturday side, not Sunday. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time you're flying there, you're coming back. That's what it is. And by the way, people, if you get to a final or if you get to a knockout, we play the knockout, it could be 17, 18 games. That's 17, 18 games. I'm not asked about you. To me, the progress I'm judging the coach on is week in, week out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Most people don't understand in football, you're recovering. You can't coach players who are recovering because they're recovering. They need a recovery because there's so much football being played, especially now these days.
Yeah.
He needs the time to be able to be on a training ground to get his ideas across, to do match practice, 8 against 8, 9 against 9. On the training ground and create that competitive nature on the training. How can you do that when you just come back from fucking where Uzbekistan or wherever, Albania, wherever you come back from? You're playing Noah. I think Chelsea played a team called Noah. Like, what the hell? Albanian team called
Yeah.
I'm no discount to Albanian team called Noah, by the way. But I'm just saying to you, they're flying there and everywhere. And you know what flights does to footballers? When you've got to travel, any of you seen it yourselves? When you traveled, it takes it out of you.
Yeah.
If I'm getting paid $1 million a month to travel, bro, I will do it.
Yeah. Anyway, man, it's depressing, man. We don't need United to depress us even more. This attack is depressing. I can't lie. I'm not going to Thursday night. You know what I mean? So if anyone's going to United on Thursday, actually fair play to you. You know what I mean? And then we got Leicester.
You're literally proving his point. You're proving you're proving Nuruddin's point.
Facts.
No.
You need to go now. No, you have to go.
How's that proving a point?
That's proving the point. It's pointless being in Europa.
It's pointless because you have to win it. I'm just saying I don't want to be there. How's that? We still have to win it.
So you want us to win it, but you don't want to be there to watch us win it. Potentially.
No, but it's a group stage. It's not group stage, but it's a meaningless tie against.
Nah, you're proving his point.
We haven't got a manager. We haven't got a manager there.
We're 20. If you want us to win it, we're 21 on that league. We're 21st on that league, bro. Out of 30-something teams, we're 21. And it's a big game for Manchester United on Thursday because they have to put, if you wanted to win it, they have to put the numbers up to get back into the league, to make it respectable. We won 3 games, we draw 3 games. We've not won a game in Europe for a year, and you guys want to stay in the Europa League. We're not even good enough for fucking Europa League. We're not even good enough for Europa League.
This is why we're in it. This is why we're in it. You have to find out. You know what I mean? We've won it before. We've got into the final before. We've got a good record in Europa League. So let's see.
I'm saying with a new coach, my point is that people in the chat coming for me. We need to.
Yeah, because you're not respecting the trophies.
Where have the trophies
gone? Don't set him off. Don't set him off. Please. We just got him to be quiet.
All right, let's wrap it up. I was going to.
Big up, Nina. I'm not getting baited.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it. Guys, like the video, guys. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Minna. Road to 10K for her, Minna. Let them know what you got coming up.
Just streams, man. Just streams. Get me to 10K, guys. We're not too far off.
Come on, people.
Let's get Minna to 10K. Nuruddin as well. We need to get
Yo,
to
I'm
20.
I'm 300. I'm 300 short of like 12K. Big up, people.
Come on, people, man. Love every time.
Shadow ban, mate, but we fight for the people in it. Free Palestine,
free everyone that is suffering around the world. You know what I'm saying too. Big up to the people in Valencia as well. That are
big up to the people
right
in Spain, man. Honestly,
Spain, yeah, flooding
big up to
going
the people
on.
Lebanon as well, man.
Lebanon, yeah.
And big up to our people because it's getting techie in our part of the world, man. It's getting techie. People need to stop this madness, man. But yeah. Big up the Mali,
solidarity.
They are in it.
Solidarity to flex as well. And like I said, man, no racism in this world. We would not tolerate racism. People, big up to everyone who's locked in. Smash a like on the video. And like I said, man, Europa League, we're on our way.